Ah, hello. Hello.
Hello. Nice to see
You're
you.
here. Yeah. Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Oh, great. Hope you had refreshed yourself and that you're ready for another 2 more workshops prepared by our nice sponsors. Here we have a Kate Patyrak from our golden sponsor, Elsevier, and she will join us again this year and guide us through her workshop, which is like advanced search in Scopus. And she will show us how to get more usage and more functions out of the Scopus database. And for all questions, you can ask in Q&A section. And if not, maybe you can contact Kate afterwards, and her presentation will be on our website, so we can check it out and then maybe write her email or something if there is something.
Of course, I am happy
Okay.
to answer the questions offline if we don't manage to answer all of them online. And I will share now the screen.
Okay.
So if you could confirm me that you see it.
I see it. I hope everybody else see it.
Okay,
Yes, I think yes.
I think we can start, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much for the nice introduction. So my name is Kate Patyrak. I'm the Research Intelligence Customer Consultant for Central and Eastern Europe. And I hope that some of you recognized me. Probably some of you may not, because for the over last year, we are still online all the time. And today I will tell you about the real facts about Scopus. So we will cover things, and also I will try to answer to some of the questions that were coming through the last months. So what is Scopus? Scopus is a curated abstract database where we have indexed right now 25 active titles of the journals. One comment from my side: the total number of Scopus journals in database is a little bit higher. It's over 40,000, but it includes also the inactive titles, which means that they were simply discontinued over the last few years. We have also books, conference papers, patents, data sets, and our coverage is regional. So we have not only the coverage from, for example, North America, but also from Middle East, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, Latin America, and Asia Pacific. We cover different subject areas, and here you have some examples like physical sciences, health sciences, social sciences, and life sciences. Based on documents that are coming from these journals, we create various content types. There is, and also the author profiles and institutional profiles. So basically, you can find that we have here also the journal metrics for the journals that are indexed in Scopus. Plumbix metrics, I hope that some of you remember last year I was talking actually about Plumbix metrics. So they are also, of course, available in Scopus. Author level metrics, so on the profile authors, you can easily find information about the specific author. And we have also the APIs, which are a specific solution for Scopus. This way you can get the data from Scopus directly to your internal systems, for example, or do built-in analytical tools. Okay, so how it results? Well, this allows us to trace relationships between researchers, output, and institutions, so that you can see how it's doing and who is doing the research around the world. And basically, no matter where you start from in Scopus, you can quickly and confidently pinpoint relevant research. You can identify research experts, analyze institutional research output, or showcase the research output. So what is specific about Scopus data? Well, we really took a lot of efforts to maintain the quality and quantity in Scopus data. Scopus, what is very important, delivers all metadata as provided by the publisher. So because we want to be seen as a trusted source of information, we rely on the publishers and on what they are sending to us in metadata of the publications. Metadata in publication includes authors, affiliations, document, title, year, electronic identification, so the number for the publication, source title, volume, issue, pages, citation counts, source, document type, and digital object identifier. That's the information that we are getting from the publication. And now the question is how you can actually use data and why we are actually gathering in Scopus the data. So there are several research challenges that we described and that we see, which is conducting research, research strategy, impact and engagement, expertise and collaboration, and research funding. So as you can see, they are here like in infinity, because we believe that these challenges, they are together and they overlap each other. So let's check what kind of what we can offer in terms of conducting research. Well, Scopus balances content quantity and quality. So you can quickly find what you need via Scopus. You can search a publisher neutral database of scholarly information, and you can check various content types, subject areas, and the content that we have in Scopus is back to 1788. Everything in Scopus is vetted via the Independent Content Selection Advisory Board, so you can be confident about the information that it's trusted. So the questions that we are trying actually answer is, how can I focus on relevant research to read? Can I trust the research I'm finding is high quality and authoritative? Is my research novel? Who should I be working with? These are the questions that you are actually asking yourself, and researchers are asking themselves when they are trying to find information. So first of all, it's very important to be confident that your search results are comprehensive and relevant. As I said, we have over 25,000 active peer-reviewed journals, but we also have conferences and books materials. So your search is really a broad search in Scopus. You have knowledge from over 7,000 publishers, and that really helps to establish a right find the right information. Also, what is very important, we have the rigorous re-evaluation process. So except of the fact that we see it's very important to check the source of information at the very beginning, we see also that it's very important to keep the sources on a high level. So that's why we have the re-evaluation process for all the journals that are in Scopus. And that's why I said at the very beginning that we have actually in Scopus indexed around 40,000 journals, but not all of them are active because simply they didn't go through the re-evaluation process and they are no longer indexed in Scopus. So how it's done? Well, this is an example from the last year. There is around, at the first stage, around 3,500 journals were suggested as the one that need re-evaluation process. We checked them, and then we see that what kind of, once again, this is information how the quality selection criteria looks on the first time. So when the source, when the journal is arriving for the first time, so we are getting in a year around 3,500 journals that would like to be indexed. 39% of them meet the Scopus minimum criteria. 46 of them are accepted. So after all, we are adding in a year on average around 600 journals. In terms of the re-evaluation process, this is an example from the last year. And you can see that from the journals that we were checking once again, so they were already indexed in Scopus, and we were just checking if they still meet the criteria that we have. Around 51% of them is no longer indexed in Scopus, which means that they are simply not an active journals. And how the re-evaluation process works? Well, we have the Scopus database, we monitor the journals, we identify titles based on publication concerns, underperformance or outlier performance. So simply and then when we see such behaviors. We flag the journal and we send them back to the Content Selection and Advisory Board to re-evaluate the journals. About the Content Selection Advisory Board, it's an independent board with the experts. There is 17 experts in the board. They are experts in specific subject areas, and they also have experience in journal editing. So about the criteria, just for your knowledge and to make sure that we are clear on this, there are some minimum criteria which we called, and this is that the journal that it needs to, that the journal that is going to be indexed in journal indexed in Scopus, or the journal that is trying to be indexed in Scopus. It has to be a peer-reviewed journal. It has to have English abstracts, regular publication, Roman script references, and publication ethics statement. This is the minimum criteria that we are asking all the journals in Scopus. And then these are the criteria that are checked already by the Content Selection Advisory Board. We are checking the journal policy, quality of content, journal standing, regularity, and online availability. So these are the criteria. And what is happening then? What else we can propose in terms of conducting research? So there is also a nice fact about Scopus that, except of looking into the journals, which we focused already a lot, you can also check your research in the books that are also indexed in Scopus and conference proceedings, which is helping in many cases because not all subject areas, not all research areas are really focused on all the disciplines. Okay, and conducting the research, because that's actually one of the things that I promised to say, how to help with the searching for documents, how to make the process more automated, how to make it more efficient. So there is one thing that I really want to mention, which is the alerts. To make sure that you don't miss out on newly published documents, it's very important to save your search and set custom alerts to stay up to date on your literature search. So anytime you do the search in documents, it's worth to click on this nice button, which is set alert. And this way you are going to get every week or every month information about what new appeared in your publications. Also, what is very often missed, but I think it's a very important part of Scopus, is the advanced search. So for effective search, it's very good to know what kind of options you can find in advanced search. First of all, only in advanced search in Scopus, you will find the pre-generated queries for sustainable development goals. I'm not sure how many of you is familiar with them, but sustainable development goals in the last 2-3 years became very important initiative among the research community. And we are trying to help researchers to find which actually publications are relevant to the sustainable development goals. That's why we pre-generated queries. The queries are also used by some organization like Times Higher Education rankings. So that's one thing that I really recommend to check if you've never used the pre-generated queries. And the other one is that in documents, so here in this field codes, you will find that there is a possibility to add an open access filter. The open access filter is also available in the basic search, but in the advanced search, when you check it, you will realize that there is more options than that's what we can propose in the basic search. So you can, for example, filter that you will see only documents that are recognized as an open access because they are in institutional repositories. Okay, so what else? Well, we can also identify subject matters to serve as collaborators, reviewers, advisors, mentors. We can access and extract all available metrics and metadata for some bibliometric studies. You can easily identify and evaluate open access journals. You can also evaluate research relevancy and view recommended readings based on reading history. That's a very nice part of searching for documents, or integrate your profile with ORCID or Mendeley profile. And also you can access, which is really nice, and I also recommend to check this. You can access open datasets via that are attached to publications. We even add the filter for the data publications. So now there is a really nice additional context that is even showing us more confidence in terms of what we are reading about the research. Okay, I said a lot about conducting research, but in Infinity it was also about research strategy. So why actually Scopus and why research strategy? Well, it's worth to rely on the same data sources trusted by multiple university ranking systems, funding agencies, and national assessment body. And that's why Scopus is called as a gold standard database. So I really recommend to check which of the organizations are really working on the Scopus database and make sure that in terms of, for example, rankings, it's worth to check your achievements in Scopus. Okay, so what else? Well, we have also institutional profile wizard, institutional profiles, sorry. Which I told that we have around 80,000 right now institution profiles, and to make sure that you can easily monitor what is happening with your institution university, we established a solution that is called Institution Profile Wizard. This is a solution for universities, so basically the university can have access to it. It's together with the subscription for Scopus, so anyone who has subscription to Scopus can use Institution Profile Wizard. However, for one university, there is up to 3 people who are getting access to this. And these 3 people they can change what is happening with the profile, as name variants of the university, and so on. Also, we have, and I hope that most of you know, we have also author feedback wizard. And I put this slide here because I think it's very important to understand that how the database is working. So the publication is coming. So we have an article, you see it's over 80 million articles. And with the article, we are getting metadata. And based on this metadata, we are actually creating the author profile and affiliation. There is no way to create the author profile on your own. It's created automatically based on algorithm after the author published under his name and the same affiliation at least 2 publications. Then the author profile is showing up. Okay, and talking about the profiles, as I said, we have 17 million profiles, 18,000 outer, 17 million outer profiles, 80,000 affiliation profiles. And here you can check that we have outer feedback wizard. So how it look like the outer profile. Well, this is a new, absolutely new view of the outer profile. It was changed a few months ago. So we have the name of the author, and here the first important part is that you have an edit profile button. So based here, by clicking this edit profile button, you can actually come and check whether, come and correct your profile. About the author profile wizard and author feedback wizard, sorry. And this button, well, it's available for everyone, so everyone can actually easily go and try to change the author profile. However, we are, of course, checking the requests that are coming to us. So if you request for the change, first of all, what we are checking is the person that requested for the change is from the same institution. So for example, if I would try to correct the profile of the author from University of Zagreb, then it won't be possible because simply my account is attached to Elsevier.com, which is absolutely not recognized as the part of University of Zagreb. So that's one thing. The other one is that we are still, even if it's coming from the same university, keeping making sure that the correction is correct, that the request is correct. The second one, I will try, if we have enough time to show you. If not, I strongly recommend to click on this button and check. This is very easy solution. You can easily find all the publications, add or delete the publications that are not, that shouldn't be attached to this profile. And the second one, I promised that it will be more efficient. So here in the outer profile, we have this nice button again, which is set alert. So this is one that is really helping a lot with keeping in being updated about what is happening with the outer profile, and is very helpful with actually making sure that all the publications of the outer are coming to the right place. So I still think that impact and engagement is also connected with the PUBMET metrics. So if you would like to understand how the research community is interacting with and consuming individual pieces of research output with the PUBMET metrics, definitely you can check it. You can check whether it's mentioned in social media, what is the usage and what kind of citations, and also we have nice information about the social medias. What's more, PUBMET metrics are also helping to gain insight into who is currently collaborating with you. One last thing in terms of what I prepared in the slides is the information that recently was also added. So information about the research funding. I imagine that most of you would like to know what kind of research was funded, for example, by Croatian Science Foundation. And that's also possible to check via the search and via Scopus. So we actually right now added the option of looking through the acknowledgement section that is in most of the articles. And based on this, you can find who actually funded the research. So you can identify potential funders based on what they have funded in the past and track the research output and influence for particular funding body or grant. And this is possible in the basic search. So for example, you can here first type in the keywords that you would like to look for, and then by adding and, look for the particular research funding, and just you need to make sure that here you will choose the funding information. So this is how it's working. It's right now working quite good, and I recommend if you would like to check what kind of research was funded by the chosen funding body to really look through. And at the end, I left one more thing, which is the Scopus API. I told you a little bit, but I think this is another way of really expanding and making sure that you do the effective work, especially in the libraries, especially when you are using some internal systems in the university. So Elsevier API program allows you to integrate content and data from Scopus into your own website and application. Also, the Scopus API, they are part of the subscription. So if you are a subscriber to Scopus, then absolutely for free, you are getting all the possibilities that are connected with the Scopus API. So basically, Croatia has a national right now agreement with for Scopus. So I strongly recommend anyone who didn't use API, just please try it. I'm pretty sure that you will like it. So anyone can obtain an API key. This is the first step, and you can use the APIs free of charge, provided that our policy for using APIs and the data are honored. Fully Scopus API access is only granted to customer with Scopus subscription, of course. So how is it working? Well, we have data in our system, and of course you can simply use the Elsevier API platform. Standard workflow involves discovering data entities and processing them to generate insights. Many of the APIs can be used in conjunction with each other via common identifiers like DOI or Author ID. So some of the use cases I think it's worth to mention to just realize you what kind of possibilities are giving APIs is that you can show publication metadata on your website. You can show documents cited by counts on your website. You can, of course, also show the journal metrics on your website. You can do the federate search. Also, you can populate in institutional web repository with document metadata and links. You can use the Scopus IP for the CRIS system. And of course, there is some other options like having your own internal systems and connect them with the Scopus API, which is, as you can see, the most complex one. Okay, I have 4 minutes. So I think I will try first to tell you where you can find more information. So here you have the Scopus blog, which I recommend to subscribe. This way you can get the information about the new releases and updates that are coming in Scopus. Also, we have an account on Twitter, so I think it's worth to follow us. We are also mentioning there information about the new releases and updates. And we have also the newsletter, but the most important one that I would like really to mention is that we have the on-site, we have an Elsevier online training hub, which, as you can see, we have also the dedicated one in Croatian. So I really recommend to go there and check. We prepared for the Atom part really nice webinars and nice workshops, and I hope that we will see each other there. And also I would like, yes, show you. And so this is the website that was not really intended, but I clicked on the slide. Okay, so back to the slide. And there is one more thing I would like to mention. There is also a Scopus certification program for the librarians. Right now, from Croatia, I have around 60 people that signed up for the program that we are starting on 4th October, and still till 24th of September, you have time to sign up for the program. You can either scan the QR code that is here, or of course the presentation will be published. So in the presentation, there is also a link that is going to take you directly to the certification program. Of course, if you signed for the certification program earlier, no worries, we will reach out to you after 24th and we will tell you all the details how we are starting the program. Okay, so from my side, that's everything.
Thank you, Kate, so much for one of your comprehensive presentation, as always. We have a question in chat. How the figures formed in the profile of the institution, documents whole institution and documents affiliation only.
Just give me a second. I stopped sharing. Okay.
Do you see it?
Yes, now working. So documents whole institution. In affiliation profile, we are actually establishing sometimes the profiles of faculties, hospitals. It depends from the structure of the university. So if in the structure of the university there is a faculty and we have whole university, then documents affiliation only will be the one that are coming direct to the university profile or the faculty profile. Documents of whole institutions are merged together. So we are counting the documents that are assigned to the university and the ones that are assigned to the faculty.
Thank you. I hope that helps. We have another question, I believe. Like journals indexed in Scopus cannot be searched by country. Is that?
No, that's true.
Are you considering that option may be available?
They cannot be searched by the country, and we don't consider this due to the fact that publishers are changing, the countries of the journals are changing. That was not helping. That's why we decided it's
you have problems,
not going to be any longer available, because it was for some time.
Okay, we have another question in chat. It's like Mr. Slobodan said that he saw that you mentioned book series as a source of articles. Are book series treated like journals in your indexing evaluation or more like books?
They are treated more like books, and I'm sending in the chat the link to the all selection criteria. There is described also their information about how generally each content that we are publishing is treated in terms of selection criteria.
Great. You can send me, or I will save that link, so we will put it on our website maybe for everybody who's interested in this. Okay, we have another question from our colleague Eva. Since author profile is linked to ORCID, or ORCID profiles are sometimes not complete. An example, affiliations or full names are missing. Do you intend to change that in future?
Well, we cannot influence on the ORCID profiles. So if they are not fully completed, then they will stay like this. The connection is the other way. We just, in terms of what is showing up in the ORCID profile, it's only the link to the Scopus ID. So that's the only way how it's working, and I don't see that in close future it will change.
Yes, I understand. And we have another question from Ms. Tiana. How she wonders how she or somebody can propose ourselves to cooperate individually directly with Scopus. Who should they contact? Or
directly with Scopus, it's difficult, but with us, with Elsevier, of course, you can contact with me or with my colleague that is going to present on Friday.
Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, I think that's all.
Yes.
We will have all your contact informations on our site, so if anybody needs something or want to ask something, they can contact you probably, and then maybe you can redirect them to whoever is responsible for that.
Of course.
Okay.
If there is any question I can help, just please reach out to me directly.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to meet with you all face to face
in
Zadar.
Yeah. We promised that last year, but didn't happen this year. So we again say like next year we'll see each other in Zadar, hopefully. Yes, I hope. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us again this year.
Thank you very much, and see you.
See you. Okay. Bye.
Bye.